Hello and welcome to another Aoe2 post-game commentary. Today we have a 3v3 Black Forest game. This is going to be a very interesting Black Forest game, as a lot of very interesting and unconventional things happen. So please stay tuned. The players playing are myself as Time Builder. We have Calamitous as Japanese. We have Endless Charge as Koreans. I am playing as Teutons. We have let's take a look at their team. We have Black Samurai playing as Britons. We have Rumps as Huns. We have Vikings, the DNA man. Let's take the fog of war off. So looking at the map, this seems to be a pretty good, well-balanced map. This was played on hardest difficulty, so there will be a lot of wolf action early game. So we're going to be seeing that. But luckily, DNA Man has come prepared. He's going to go with 3 builders without loom. He might lose a villager here if he's not careful. Nope, there's 3 villagers attacking the wolf. He's going to keep that villager. But as for Green's villager, she's going to be down to half health, but she has got loom now. Another wolf in sight. I'm not sure why he hasn't chased. At the other side, we do see Time Wielder also stealing Orange's sheep. So he's going to get that extra food advantage over Orange. That's always helpful. He is sending 2 villagers. Let's take a look at Time Wielder's view. We have Loom has already been researched, and he is going to send 2 villagers to wall up. There is going to be a walling battle here, and the scout unfortunately has died. This wall isn't going to be finished. As to walling in this specific area, there really is no benefits. That there wasn't no immediate resource or any mine or any strategic advantage, other than the fact that there is more space to build, so it will delay Endless Charge further to get into Purple's base. So Purple did manage to gain a bit of advantage. He has doubled wall, so Endless Charge won't be going through there anytime soon. Here we're seeing Time Wielder. I play Time Wielder, so this is the strategy I adopted this game. I was gonna wall up, go for a very fast wall, secure all this area here for myself, and then I started sending 2 villagers. Now here, I always love doing this. What I love doing is to psychologically affect the enemy to the point where it will affect their gameplay, and one of the ways to do that is to do something that people don't expect. They don't expect their own areas between teammates to be walled up, and when people don't expect it, then trouble follows. We're seeing some wolf action here, over here, and over here. Yellow is sending his builder. I have realized that there is a builder without loom there, so I will instruct Calamitous to go kill it later. Let's speed the game up a bit. Here I make a wall, essentially blocking off yellow and orange, and blocking off orange and myself. Here I send a signal saying that I am going to be walling here, and I do send a few spam flags telling Calamitous that there is a villager without loom here and that he should go kill it. I double wall here just in case that they do wanna break through. Here, this is interesting. There seems to be a wall here, but it's only 1 block. I'm not sure what was going on here. Maybe he thought, I honestly don't know what he thought. Perhaps he didn't take a look at the bigger picture of the map and didn't realize. So I finish my stone wall here, and I immediately start moving. to this area here. This is the thing I can see. So I was very careful in not trying to be spotted by yellow. At the time I didn't realize who was there, but actually I did. It was yellow, since I do have vision over purple over here. Again, just double warning up here just to make sure I don't get into any trouble. I'm gonna speed the game up a bit, and we're gonna see something very interesting. Here I made my wall. So what my plan was to make that wall, make a wall just a bit up here as well, and essentially block all 3 players off. So now all 3 players are going to be blocked, and it's going to be a big hassle for them to, it's going to be a problem that they have to deal with, while our team is free to roam around wherever we please. Endless Charge not having the greatest score at the moment, but he is doing his best. Calamitous having that highest score, neck and neck with purple, with yellow, sorry. Just double walling here, and before I double walled, I was just gonna finish walling up here. Let's continue on. Everyone is just going feudal age, just standard BF. Nobody's really bothering about any other fancy stuff. Apart from my walling, there is nothing much going on at the moment. And I'm just messaging my teammates like there is a wall here, just in case they don't know. So letting them know that something is going to happen. I do also let them know of this situation here. I play as Teutons, and one of the reasons why I really went for this tactic is Teuton castles. A castle in their land, a castle drop in their land would be very harmful for them, as Teuton castles do have that extra 3 range. Here I didn't realize at the early game, but at this stage there was 7 fish, shorefish over here. So that is one of the reasons why I docked, and I made quite a lot of fishing ships to get my economy booming. Feudal age right now. Everyone is feudal age. People are now going to castle age. Calamity is going to be heading to castle age first. He is getting all of them. Look at all of them upgrades all at once. So is DNA man. Calamitous has reached castle age. So now I focus on stonewalling this area here. And we see yellow. We see yellow making yellow is going castle age, and he's playing Huns. So most likely he's gonna try and build some. He has realized that there is a wall here, and he's gonna try and make cavalry archers, the Hun specialty. At this stage, I am just trying to gather my resources, get as much stone as possible to start building my castle. As of right now, we're not seeing anything really being built by Endless Charge or Calamitous. The only person who really is trying to build something looks to be yellow. So yellow has got some units in. It's really strange, seeing as a pocket player has decided to go archery ranges. At most, 1 villager or a couple of militia would have taken care of this. Even 3 spearmen just like hammering it down. Like, to open this up, it isn't really a big priority that he has to really focus and build archers for. I guess what he had in mind was to do some sort of rush, or perhaps he thought that there was resistance in his base. If we have a look at yellow is M-Roops. Let's have a look at M-Roops. Yep, it seems like he does indeed want to yeah, indeed he is booming now, but it seems to be that he did seem like there was going to be some resistance. that he was going to face, but unfortunately that wasn't the case. Here we see my castle build going up, and that's going to be quite detrimental. That essentially means purple is locked out, and he's going to have no help anytime soon, unless a big force of yellow does appear. Yellow, however, if we look back at Mroops, if we look at the view he has no idea of this castle. So in a sense, have him building this army here to simply attack the walls here is actually a good thing, because now he can then focus his attention to this area here. So in the end, it did benefit him. It's going to benefit him. I start making my stone walls, and I make double stone walls, and then I'm just playing the booming game and just trying my best to boom as much as possible and get this castle up. Endless charge. We see he has a castle up. We might be seeing some Korean war wagons and a Korean war wagon rush from him, but we're not sure at the moment. Again, another triple wall coming up. I immediately start my assault on purple as soon as this castle goes up, so things start to get more interesting from then. Keep in mind that there is allied vision in this game, so everybody does see their allies. So the moment they realize that both players, purple and yellow, have not scouted this area, that is one of the reasons why I was able to get this castle up so fast. Had they scouted, had they realized that their own walls were blocked, perhaps yellow would have taken a few units over there and taken down this wall before I could have built this castle. This really is one of the turning points in this game, as you'll see later. We see yellow trying to get through. He's amassing here, and he thinks something is going to happen, but unfortunately, Unfortunately, he does realize that there are walls and walls and walls. I begin my Teutonic Knight spam, and I immediately go through. We're gonna see just how prepared the DNA man is. Having three town centers, booming peacefully, not realizing that there is an imminent threat arriving. Let's look at it from DNA man's perspective. He does have a monk. He has no idea what's coming, and finally 4 Teutonic Knights from nowhere have arrived, and they are gonna start battering him. Unfortunately, one of the reasons why I didn't really focus the villagers is because they can outrun the Teutonic Knights, and I simply wouldn't be able to get as many hits as I would like. Here again, this is the same situation. They're so slow, and even though they do a lot of damage, there just simply isn't enough, and this castle is gonna go up. Purple has lost a lot of units. He has lost his monks, but one of the things I realized is that apart from Teutons, no other save starts with murder holes. So I immediately start hammering down this castle, and look at that damage. Look at the amount of damage is being dealt to this castle. Forgetting about all these villages, I simply did not care. I was hammering down at this castle as much as I could. I got my siege workshop, and I am getting a battering ram to start trying to deal with the castle with rams. At the same time, we see petards coming in from endless charge, and we see Korean war wagons. We also see red here, Calamitous. Seems like he's boomed enough, and he's gonna start building siege workshops and 2 castles. I do believe he is gonna go mangonels, battering rams, and he's gonna go with the special unit. Here I tried to build a castle. Here I'm trying to build my castle, and unfortunately I only have 1 villager. I do encase him, but an archer does arrive, and this castle ain't gonna go up. I do forget to delete this castle, so I do lose quite a lot in my end. Here we see, in case you guys didn't realize, yellow is now moving forward. Yellow moved forward here to try and see if he can go through, but the castle was there, so he wasn't able to go through, and he has responded by building siege workshops. So we're going to see some battering rams from him to try and deal with it. Again, what a waste here. I was not thinking, and really I should have deleted this. That's 650 stone wasted. And speaking of which, Endless Charge and Calamitous, a combined assault on this front, they have arrived, and another castle trying to go up for purple, but it's not going to happen. The amount of samurais there are, all these villages are going to get, these are their last days. We see Endless Charge and these Korean war wagons just sniping. Look at the amount of villages that have died. All these villages that are garrison are also going to die. 2 mangonels are going to make mincemeat of all these villages over here. The town center is going to go down. Again, on this side, Time Wielder is coming in with some mangonels, some rams, even more Teutonic Knights. It's simply purple is being decimated. And at the same time, we're seeing yellow with his battering rams trying to take out the castle and help his ally. This is not looking good for purple at all. We're seeing an Imperial Age from purple. Unfortunately, in Imperial Age right now, it was not the best choice. It will not help him in the least. 3 battering rams, 2 mangonels hammering down this TC, and this TC is gone. All these units gonna come in, combine the force. I'm just, at this moment, I retreated my army, my battering rams, and I sent it here. Yellow made the mistake of trying to fight underneath my castle, which is not the best thing to do. I do have a mangonel that's firing down on these cavalry archers, and he's gonna end up losing all these units over here. Not the best of choices. The best choice would have been in this situation was to bring in more rams and keep your cavalry archers back. But we're seeing pikemen from this side as well. We're seeing more Korean war wagons. We're seeing a castle, force built another castle here. If we look at the economy of, if you have a look at the economy of down to 24 villages, and all these castles that he had to get up as soon as possible, all the resources that he sold, and to really, the only way he was gonna survive was to build castles, and unfortunately even that didn't help him. Yellow has died. He has lost all his units, all his cavalry archer force. A trebuchet is coming in. We have dozens of villagers trying to repair this castle, keep it as long as he can, but there is 3 rams hammering it down. My trebuchet is gonna come in, and it's gonna make mincemeat of this castle as well. I have 2 rams coming in for that castle. That's gonna, uncontested, those rams are gonna be able to take care of the castle. At the same time, even more wallings on both sides. Nobody wants to attack on this side. At this moment, they won't be able to. Calamitous massacring all of his villages. The amount of villages massacred by these samurais are simply... His entire economy has been massacred by both these players. Again, another forward base being built. At this point, Yellow is a dead man. He's not going to be surviving anytime soon. And finally, we're seeing Cavaliers come attack my castle over here. We're seeing 2 additional rams. At this point, I did not have the army, nor did I have anything that can withstand this force here. So I alert my teammates to try and come here and assist me. D Greyman at this point is finished. Let's have a look. Let's go back to Time Wielder's view. There's nothing I can do about this castle. This castle is gone. But I do have, we do have an army, 3 armies over here trying to battle against the Cavaliers. We do have pikemen in this army as well, so unupgraded Cavaliers are not going to fare well. It's going to be a very efficient exchange on our half. Again, I'm also trying to focus on my boom. Lots of idols, lots of lumber camps trying to be rebuilt. And here I start my offensive push here. and start. Since I've lost this ground here, I've lost the villager, I've lost the castle, I've lost all my ability to produce sufficient units in this base, so I started building my buildings here. We see Endless Charges blocking the path and just hammering it down and not utilizing these pikes. Later he does realize that there are pikes in the fray and he does back off, and at that point yellow really has no chance. Now we see the exchange. We see the war wagons going through. Not sure how that happened. Not sure how a massive war wagon has managed to go through an entire some sort of illusion, perhaps. But simply no. Even the samurais are making mincemeat of these cavaliers. More units are coming in. A spam. Look at that spam that's coming in from Endless Calamitous. I am going for the stables. I am going to I have the resources. I have sufficient resources to go paladins just to clean this game up quickly. But yellow is trying to hold on as much as he can. At this point in the north, we only have Endless Charge and Calamitous who are fighting, while I focus my attention on rebuilding and start building knights over here. It's amazing how one situation, one stone wall inside their base and one path, even if I didn't have a castle there and I managed to wall this up and do the Great Wall of China and make a wall that's the size, that's 8 or 10 or even 15 long, it would have significantly, even that would have been effective to block off yellow from helping his ally. We're seeing a lot of cavaliers coming now. Are these cavaliers going to be upgraded? Yep, upgrades are coming for all these cavaliers. We're seeing Britons is making archery ranges here. He's gonna need to start making units now if they do wanna survive this. We're seeing 2 castles going up over here, one for yellow, one for orange, and rams and resistance has been encountered. This is not a good situation. So, well, I meant not a good situation for yellow, but seeing as Calamitous did see that there were castles, he decided to back off. But now, since help has arrived, look at this army, look at this backing behind him. They are gonna engage and they're trying to see what they do. In the meantime, I'm building my base and I'm building my paladins slowly. These pikemen are making mincemeat. This is not the situation that you wanted. At this point, having more cavalry archers would have been beneficial, as cavalry archers do get bonus against pikemen, against the pikeman line. We're seeing heavy scorpion, a good choice, but really, if we saw at least 5-10 of these, maybe these pikemen would have been done for. But there simply isn't enough. We're seeing elite skirmishers from orange, but a bit too late, as Endless Charge has arrived now. Calamitous does have a couple of rams and a trebuchet trying to focus down this castle. Even more rams trying to focus this down. And once these castles go down, really, as long as they can hold this area here, they'll be able to push in. Orange having a really good eco. Orange having this score right now of 8,000 is simply due to him having a great economy. But he did not make he made his military too late, to the point where this was the situation. If he had a sizable force that he could bring out earlier while being upgraded, then maybe this would have been different. At this point, yellow resigns, and I open the path here. I get a trebuchet out to try and open the path here. At this point, yellow has resigned and only green is left. And this is, at this point, I'm thinking it's best for me to I open the path here. As soon as I open this path here, I'm just gonna head through, and all this wall over here is meaningless. Oh, there we go. There's the trebuchet failing. Yep, I got the tree, and I'm just gonna head in. Meanwhile, these guys over here are just spam building more siege workshops. More. It's quite unorthodox to really see caped rams being utilized by the Japanese so heavily, as Japanese really do get that bonus for their trebs. But in this case, it really is more efficient. I guess Calamitous saw that it was more efficient to have rams, even if they were caped. And Calamitous has sent his army over here as well. And my paladin army, I've got enough resources to just consistently spam out paladins and paladins. I am faced with halberdiers. Unfortunately for me, unfortunately for him, they're not upgraded, so not much can be. They're not really a big threat. I do send the message that they're they send the message for me to start deleting this, so I do. All the armies are moving in, and simply now is a cleanup job. A couple of mistakes were made in this game, and Orange, the fact that he did not build an army earlier and the fact that they were not upgraded was really no excuse. Yellow did his best, but of course fighting 2v1 is not the. He really could not do anything. Also, the fact that these players were not able to assist Purple, and Purple being completely destroyed was one of the reasons why they lost. Perhaps in the future, for all you guys who do play AoE regularly, please make sure that if a villager does get through, this sort of situation can happen, and it can be detrimental to your chances of winning the game, as that castle here, that wall here, was the reason why Purple resigned, and it essentially made this a 3v2 game. Here our armies are just too massive, and there's nothing Orange can do at this point. Nothing he can do at this point to save himself. Just a really clean up job. Calamitous booming, a combined force. Really, it really goes to show the power of having a villager in. So for next time, I urge people, when you do see a villager, do not let it survive. If you see a villager behind enemy lines, kill it. Make it your priority. Otherwise, you're going to be seeing the effects, and you're going to see stuff like this. You're going to see sneaky stuff. It would have been even more funny had I taken a villager here. But of course, looking at the amount of walls, 1, 2, 3, by the time I got there, it would have not been sufficient. There are some people who take a couple of villagers into the enemy base, deposit them right at the back, and build their armies there. And so when they do start attacking, the armies come from behind, and it completely messes up with the brain of the player who's being attacked, and he simply cannot respond to that. This was in a rush, so that's one of the reasons why it can happen. So if you don't want this to happen to you, just wall up early. Wall up early. Go straight loom, send 2 villagers, wall up, and perhaps this would not happen in the future. Anyway guys, thanks for watching. Like, comment and subscribe, and I'll see you guys later.